Hello and welcome. In this video, I am going to create a second model and explain a little bit about the relationships within your model and how you can make them within Bettyblocks. So we're quickly going to create a new model. This is going to be a task model, create. And well, our task model will have some properties such as the task will have a title, which is always required. And I also think that a task should have a checkbox, which will be a checkbox for is done, and the checkbox is either default checked or unchecked, as in if it's done, it's checked, if it's not done, it's unchecked. Save, and now we have a second model. So having all these models, this data structure float around can be a bit of a hassle, especially for data engineers or for people building in your front end. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you create relations between your data. Such as a relation could be a project can have multiple tasks, because to finish the project, you want to round up the tasks. The same thing could be a user can own a project. A user can own multiple projects. So what we can do is we can hover over to our project and we can drag this arrow to our other models to create these relations. So the first thing that I mentioned is a project can have multiple tasks. So I'm going to drag this arrow to our task model and create the relationship type. Well, and as you can see, there's three kinds of relationship types within Bettyblocks, called the belongs to relation, the has many relation, and the has and belongs to many relation. In this case, we can read the sentences and see that many projects belong to one task. Isn't correct, but one project has many tasks is correct. So when we create one project, we can assign multiple tasks to it. When we create one task, we can only assign one project to that one task. So one task cannot belong to many projects. We will have to recreate that task if we want that same sort of task to adhere to a project. Same goes for user, but let's do it the other way around. A project belonging to a user. So many projects belong to one user. One project has many users. In the end, of course, one project can have many users, but who truly owns the project? One user will own the project. So in this case, I'm going to say many. So many projects belong to one user. And there you go. We've now set up a little bit of an application structure, a data structure for our application for any project management application, so to say. So make sure to look into what kind of data you would like to have in your application and how this data relates to one another, and make sure to safely set up these data connections. In general, as a rule of thumb, within application development, it is nice to have your data model set up properly before diving into the further depths of your application development, because, well, it is a neat and special thing to have your data structure set up. It is basically the framework behind your application. If you remove any of these things, then all of a sudden data will be gone, or certain connections to the model might be lost. And that's something that you would rather want to prevent. So read into your data. What do you expect your application to store and save up, and work your model out? Good luck.